Welcome to Mormon Book Reviews, where an evangelical encounters the restoration. I'm your host, Stephen Pynakker here, and I hope you all had a Merry Christmas holiday season. I know New Year's is coming up, and I'm taping this on Thursday, December 28th. I think that's right. Yep, so Thursday, December 28th. And I wanted to share with you a clip of me and Rod Meldrum just after we watched the premiere of the movie, The Oath. And I'm going to share that with the audience shortly. But before I do that, I just wanted to talk about a few things. First of all, earlier this month, I spent a week in Utah to go witness a baptism into the Church of Jesus Christ, the very first time that's ever happened into what is also referred to as the Bickertonites. They're headquartered in Monongahela, Pennsylvania. And I went there to witness Restorationist history. So I was there for a week, and that was the main reason I was there. But I got to meet with a ton of people, was really able to really make a lot of connections, do a lot of networking, and it was really a blessing to be able to get out to Utah. And also, in addition to attending that baptism, also attending the very first Church of Jesus Christ church service ever in the history of the state of Utah, which was really awesome. And then that Monday, I got a personal tour of the Orem Temple. It was about an hour and a half long. And next week, I'm going to release an episode about my experiences going through the Orem Temple, the first time I've ever been through a Latter-day Saint temple ever, what an evangelical's thoughts were. So it's going to be kind of similar to, it's as a matter of fact, the same individual that gave the tour to David Boyce in 52 churches in 52 weeks, and also gave a tour the week before to Jeff McCullough of Hello Saints. That same individual, wonderful human being, Monica, she gave me a tour, and I'm going to do an episode next week all about that. So I did want to say, I hope again, Merry Christmas to all of you. I was on a couple episodes this weekend during the Christmas season on the Mormon Discussions platform. On Friday, I was on an episode with Renee Steelman and her a podcast on Mormon Discussions to talk about putting Christ back into Christians, which is my response to some of my evangelical critics out there. So check out that episode over at Mormon Discussions Inc. And then on Sunday, I was on a special Christmas Eve special on Radio Free Mormon. And there were about 20 different people on there. It was a cavalcade, an all-star cavalcade of Mormon scholars and podcasters and YouTubers and influencers all came in, and it was a great mix. It was a mix of there. You had Christians, you had some faithful Mormons, faithful Latter-day Saints. You had some ex-Mormons. It was just a hodgepodge of all different people, different voices coming together to talk about what Christmas means to them and share Christmas stories. So you could check that out also at Mormon Discussions as well. And then I also want to say last Friday, I took the local missionaries here in the Lakewood Ranch Ward out for a Christmas lunch right before Christmas. And I want to let any moms know that if any of your sons are stationed here in the Tampa mission, sent here on their mission, that if they end up at the Lakewood Ranch Ward, they will be well fed. I will take care of the missionaries. So just want to let you know that as well. So I did want to talk briefly about the movie The Oath, and then I'm going to then just show my clip where Rod Meldrum and I discuss just watching the movie The Oath. Me for the first time. He had seen it the week before during its debut in Beverly Hills the week before. And so he, of course, was there. He knows the person who created the movie. Now, I have to tell you, I have to be honest with you. It wasn't what I expected. I've been keeping a close eye on this film for a long time. I know people who personally donated to help finance this project. And I even saw the parts of the concept film, The Reign of Judges. I was kind of envisioning more of that, and it wasn't. It turned out to be something different than what I was expecting. There are a few things I did like about it. The cinematography is beautiful. The score is beautiful. There has some things that I like about it, and there's even a scene where Moroni is kind of explaining the outline of the Book of Mormon story to what we could call his love interest, Bathsheba, who is a Lamanite that he ends up, well, it's a romance. It's a love story. It's not in the Book of Mormon, but it's in this movie. And so it was kind of a different type of film. And so I just have to say, I don't know, I'd like to hear what you think about the movie. I know the people that I went with the films, who are both Book of Mormon believers, they didn't care for the film. And because I thought, well, I'm not a Latter-day Saint or a Book of Mormon believer, so it was important for me to get feedback from people who are. and the people I talked to didn't care for it. Now I have heard from some that did like it. I'd like to hear your opinions on the film as well. So leave them in the comments. What did you think of the new Book of Mormon inspired, we call it, movie, The Oath? I'd like to get your feedback on it. Always interested in that kind of thing. So here we go. Without any further ado, I'm going to bring Rod and I talking. We saw the movie together. Rod bought a block of tickets. The theater was packed. It was full of people. Now it's a little noisy because we're in the middle of the hallway, but you should be able to catch everything very loud and clear. So I'm going to share the screen right now, and you can watch Rod and I discuss The Oath. Now let me rewind it here. There we go. Take it to 0, and here we go. Welcome to a very special episode of the Mormon Book Reviews. I'm your host, Stephen Pynakker, and I'm with my homie here, Rod Meldrum. How you doing, David?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing great. So now you're wearing
a jacket.
You're wearing the same outfit that you wore at the Beverly Hills premiere. Is that correct? And so the movie just came out, so people are milling around. But Rod, you are actually we did a matinee showing, and now you're going to be here for the evening showing. And what did you think of the film?
I love the fact that the show was completely sold out, which was fantastic. A lot of people wondering about what this film is about. What did I think of the film? Which obviously I'm here, and I'm excited about the opportunity to kind of share it. Though it's a fictional story, a lot of people don't realize
it's not a Book of Mormon story.
Right.
It's inspired.
There's not many love.
Right. There's not a lot of romance in the Book of Mormon.
Yes, right? Exactly. But anyway, so I love the fact that taking that brings a lot more of the emotional side of things, and that kind of thing. I love the acts of like redemption and stuff. Like for example, when he has the final. Well, you don't want to give him.
No, don't give him. There's always a chance for repentance, the opportunity to make right with God.
It's not about vengeance and everything. It's about what God wants us to do.
Right.
I love the cinematography. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it is well shot.
It's all were shot here in North America.
Right.
In New York.
In New York.
Hill Cumorah actually.
Hill Cumorah is. Right.
So anyway, what did you think of the film?
Like I said, I thought it was beautifully shot. I'm still processing the film because it wasn't what I was expecting. And I knew that there was a love interest, and I knew that her name was Bathsheba, but I was kind of thinking like we were going to get a little bit of like Hill Cumorah last battle action a little bit. That there would be a little bit of more of a connection to the Book of Mormon. So that was a very different choice that he made that I wasn't expecting. So it kind of threw me off. So I had to kind of say, okay, what is he trying to do here? I did feel like he did. One of my favorite scenes actually is when Moroni has the scroll out and he's explaining the story, and he's talking about the different authors of the Book of Mormon, and he's kind of giving an overview. So those of you who aren't familiar with the Book of Mormon, at least if you have Moroni, kind of give a primer on the story of the Book of Mormon. So I think it's helpful for people who may not be familiar with the Book of Mormon.
Exactly. In fact, when we were at one of the things that was interesting at the premiere there in Beverly Hills was probably about 70% of the audience were not members of our faith.
Okay.
And there was a standing ovation at the end.
Standing ovation.
But also just the questions and the Q&A afterwards made people go, okay, so what about those gold plates? Where are they?
Right.
Were they real? Yeah, they were real. Well, where are they now? Are they in the Smithsonian or what? Where are they now? And we had to kind of explain that. Right. Darren did a great job of explaining that because it's not easy to do that. But it's been a wild ride. I've known Darren and known about this. The Reign of Judges. We're still hoping if this film goes well,
then maybe we'll see Reign of Judges.
To fund the Reign of Judges, which is actually the earlier Moroni.
That's okay.
The Reign of Judges was about Captain Moroni.
Right.
And even though this flashes back to Captain Moroni.
So some of those scenes were probably taken from that and then put into this film.
But that's going to be a huge budget film because massive battles,
right?
Captain Moroni and so forth. It'll take a lot of actors, a lot of CGI and so forth to do that. So it's going to be a bigger budget film.
Rod, I wanted to ask you, did you know that Cecil B. DeMille, who gave us the Ten Commandments, and Arnold Freiberg was insulted for that film, and Cecil B. DeMille was good friends with Prophet David O. McKay. Did you know he intended to make a Book of Mormon movie?
Yes, in fact, it's been talked about. In fact, Hugh Merrill, actually, that did the Testaments, he talked about how there's been, I think it was President Kimmel, I think he said that there would one day be a really great Book of Mormon movie that would go through the theaters and so forth. You know, is this the one? I hope.
So hopefully Reign of Judges will be the one.
I hope it's
this will be
a Kickstarter for other LDS films to come out, because there's been a lot of films coming out by LDS, producers and so forth that kind of, in some ways, almost even mock the culture and so forth of the church. And so we're hoping this is a more of a faithful thing, but it's a cool love story.
Yeah, it's a love story.
We're not going to give up any.
We're not going to give up any.
But I appreciate you coming and being a part of this thing. We hope it kind of starts a movement. If you actually go to oathmovie.com, I think it is.
Okay.
There's a place where you can actually sign the oath. And what is the oath? You have to find out what it is. But it's basically about how we can have a better world.
Better world.
Through forgiveness and peace and freedom and allowing people to live their lives the best that they see fit according to their beliefs.
And their conscience and everything like that. And of course, we get a taste of that. We have a proto-millennium in the Book of Mormon. 200 years of peace, kind of an example of what could be. And so that's really kind of what is the hopeful message at the end of the film. So Rod Meldrum, my homie, thanks for doing this.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that, brother.
Don't forget, you're awesome too.
Go see the oath, everybody.
Go see the oath,
it's fantastic.
and just remember the most important thing is this, folks. Remember, all the voices of the restoration will be heard here on Mormon Book Reviews. So that was me and Rod talking about the film The Oath. And I thought that was really cool. I have a good friendship with Rod. I want to let you know that I will be doing an interview with Rod probably next week or two to discuss. He actually wants to come on and talk about some of the controversies that he's kind of been attached to regarding Tim Ballard and the Day Bells and the Visions of Glory book. He wants to kind of clear the air on that. And so I gave him the opportunity to come on my program to discuss his connection that he feels sometimes is often he's unfairly connected to these people. And so I wanted Rod the opportunity to discuss that as well. And these are tough times for a lot of people, and these are very tumultuous times. And I think that Rod is just a really nice, decent human being. I like him a lot, whether you agree or disagree with him. He is a sincere, earnest man, and he's a good man. And, I don't know if people realize this or not, but I was the one that was the initial person who got John DeLynn and Rod Meldrum talking to each other that ultimately led to Rod Meldrum going on Mormon Stories last year. Again, what this channel is about is to get people who don't normally talk to each other talking to each other. And to me, that was one of the most important things that this channel was able to do, was to get Rod on Mormon Stories, because I think we need to quit this whole thing where we're divisive and we're fighting each other, and we just need to get people to talk to each other. More importantly, even if you disagree with them politically or religiously or whatever, we need to talk to each other and find common ground where we can. And that goes for ex-Mormons and their relationship with members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In other words, you both need to talk to each other. Don't shut each other off. A lot of people who leave the church feel like they're shunned by people in the church. Folks, don't do that. Reach out to them, show them love, and vice versa. For those of you, sometimes when you leave the church, you get angry, and just remember that don't stay in that angry place forever. You got to move on from that as well. So either way, I'm very excited about next year, what that's going to bring. I've got at least 3 trips for sure planned. Of course, I'll be going to Mormon History Association, Kirtland, Ohio next year. Sunstone, I'll be back umpiring the kickball game between the ex-Mormons and the polygamists. And then in September, I will be in St. George for the first time that I've been to that part of Utah, southern Utah. I'm going to be attending the John Whitmer Historical Association. And of course, I'm sure we'll fill in the calendar with some more trips as well. Could not do it without all my financial backers and supporters. There are links in the description if you'd like to support us. I do appreciate everybody who financially contributes to the program. as well as ad revenue that we generate here. By the way, I just want to let you know that, it doesn't bring in a huge amount of money, the ad revenue, but it's getting more and more. I've actually got a notice from YouTube saying that, yeah, you're getting more ad revenue because more and more higher bids are being bought for my channel. So in other words, almost all my advertisers I've noticed are like Fortune 500 companies. So it is become a place where they're paying higher premium ads prices for my channel. So they must like the demographics of my channel in the viewership. And so that's kind of just let you know a little secret there. But again, I can still use your financial support. I would be making more. The amount of time that I spend on this channel, I could be making a heck of a lot more flipping hamburgers at McDonald's. I am not getting rich off of this. Somebody accused me I'm in this for the money. If you saw how much money I was bringing in, you would change your tune very quickly. I'm not doing this for the money, folks. I'm not. You know that. I do this because I love what I'm doing. And I do appreciate everybody, all the friends that I've been able to make. Also, this is the other thing too. I hear from people who say, I saw you at such and such place. I'm like, why didn't you come and say hi? Well, I didn't want to bother you. If you ever see me out in public in Utah, heck, I even had somebody here tell me, yeah, I saw you at Culver's a month ago. I'm like, why didn't you say hi? Come and say hello to me. I want to meet you. Okay. I want to get a photo with you. I really do. I get excited every time somebody comes up to me and tells me how much they enjoy the channel. It really does mean a lot. The emails and the comments I get from people, it's 99% positive. And that really keeps me going. One good email, one good comment on the video is just awesome for me. I really do love that. And I appreciate all of you. So either way, don't forget, the most important thing is all the voices of restoration will be heard here on Mormon Book Reviews. And I want to wish you a happy new year as we are about ready to enter 2024. Talk to you later.